walkers, and welcome to the Grand Canyon. Can you imagine? Absolutely stunning here. I want to welcome you. We're going to do a little walk here, just a part of what we get to see. It is quite breezy today. We are going to start off here at the John Wesley Powell Memorial, which is a wonderful place to come check out. It's a great lookout. It's one of several. I'm not going to talk a whole lot, mainly because it's windy, about 15 to 20 mile an hour winds here. It's very cold as well, 39 degrees Fahrenheit, 4 degrees Celsius. We're about 10:45 in the morning in January, and they had some snow recently. You can see some right here, as well as on the red rocks of the canyon. I can't even describe what this place is like. It's absolutely stunning. As we're gonna roll you around here, and actually I'm gonna spin around once more. My name is Henry. I will be your proxy walker today. Ooh, your virtual travel guide and your co-discoverer, as I like to say. And I say that because I'm not an expert in these things. And but I love finding little details that may not be shown in other places or in other videos. So I'm gonna spin you around again, so hold on. There we go. We're gonna look out that way, and I'm not gonna walk over the rim, but you hear about people falling over the rim because they take silly risks. We'll go up here to the memorial real quick. And I thought, oh, you must really make an effort to do that. But honestly, a lot of places, you're right up there, and it's a drop. John Wesley Powell, of course, came through famously in 1869. He came again in 1871, 72, which is probably about this time of year, without the dam control. We're gonna walk. Hopefully we'll get all the way back to the lodge. This is kind of a cool lodge area. It is very windy and quite cold. Hopefully we'll make it. I want to thank our Patreon supporters here. Oh my gosh. For your support. It's very valuable to me. The encouragement and the motivation that it gives me is wonderful. You can see. So thank you. Also the people that made one-time donations. You can see this little narrow neck you walk out to get to that memorial. Really juts you out. And at one point, there used to be a uranium mine over here, and at one point they were thinking about building this really cool hotel. I'll try and show you a picture up here at this info point. And I'm glad they didn't, but it would have been pretty cool. So we'll go right up here. Whew. Here we go. So there was a uranium mine, but I'm going to zoom in close here. You can see that hotel would have been ultra modern. The thing about that in 1961 would have been pretty cool. Oh my gosh, look, and I love sort of this, sorry to swing you around so much, the parallax created just by walking the short distance. And you really cannot, it's hard to really, hi there, overstate how incredible this place is. So we're on the road out to Hermit's Rest. In the summer, it's closed to vehicles, so you can ride your bike out, you can walk, and you can take a shuttle bus. And then there's this really cool, it's not a visitor center, but a gift shop, and you can we got a hot cocoa out there, and this kind of grand fireplace. It's really a cool little place. And of course you can walk along this rim trail that we're going to follow here. And I think it's, well, probably 4 or 5 miles. I can't remember exactly. But it's worth the drive or worth the trip. it is quite cold and blustery today, but it's a great time to come out here, in my opinion, because there's hardly anybody else out here. I believe it's the most visited national park in the U.S. and gets about 6 million visitors or visitor days a year. So, hi there. And the area where people drive and visit, if you're not hiking down in the backcountry, is actually quite small. So people pack in here. Let me have a comment on this walk. Hopefully we'll get back out to the rim here soon, but we get the chance to walk through this sort of high desert forest. It's we're at 7,000 feet here, so be prepared for a little bit of less oxygen. But let me know your comments if you've been here before, any great memories, anything that I may say in error or that you want to add, things that I missed. We got here last night and just after sunset, and the colors were stunning. It wasn't cloudy then, and wow, just amazing. You can see this section of the trail is paved, and there are sections out towards Hermit Point that are not paved. This time of year you want to be aware of snow and ice. Love these sort of, the wind is I think a usual feature up here, especially in winter, and you get these stunted trees, partially from lack of water, probably lack of nutrients, but also I think partially from the wind. Love the gnarled old shapes. These are some pretty old trees, it looks like. Some juniper. I think there might be, I want to call it pinyon pine, but I don't really know my trees that well. I'm just kind of guessing. Seems like the kind of pine that would be up here. Here's the road, and we'll loop back out. There's a big tower and something behind us. I think it's like a radio tower or something. We'll pop back out to another point up here. I think it's Maricopa Point, so stay tuned. I'm setting a pretty good pace here because it's cold. I'm trying to stay warm. This is our second national park, and then also a national monument we added in there as well. So 3 national park system locations that we visited on this trip. Hopefully you got to see the walk from Chiricahua National Monument. Give me a second there to remember. That was amazing as well in a different way. I believe this fence, I pointed out that mine earlier. I don't know if I actually pointed it out, but it's back in here, and I think that's why they are fencing this stuff off. I think these are some yucca plants back in here. Hardy ones. Or some member of the yucca family. I don't know those plants at all. Back in the trees here, the wind's not too bad, and I enjoy the sound of it. I'm hearing a helicopter off to the south, and while from my perspective down here on the ground it's a little less than pleasant, not a big deal, but I think there get to be more of them in the high season. But then I thought about it and like, well, in all honesty, I think a sunset or sunrise flight through the canyon or over the canyon would be pretty amazing. We'll see a shuttle stop here that is operative in the summer, but not right now. Here's Maricopa Point. And we'll think we can go out there. Maybe not exactly from here. Yeah, okay. We can go out there. I was mentioning to my son that how much I enjoyed half of the fun of coming to these parks is seeing the old CCC, Civilian Conservation Corps style architecture and building. And I don't know if this little bus stop dates back to then, probably not, but it's in that sort of style. Now that pink of the, I guess it's a pink, of the rock, that red rock really kind of punches through the gaps in these trees. It's really cool. To see some weather blowing in. The north rim is, I think, to say 1,000 feet higher than here. It's closed in the winter from like November 30th until mid-May. But you can go in without a vehicle. It's just 45 miles and there's no services. So you can go into winter camp though. Whoa, look at this. Look down in there. So that black bit, that's where the river runs. So we can't even see the river from here. It's so deep. There's the Powell Memorial over there, where we started. I'm gonna hold you over the edge here, but I'm not getting near. There's a railing to keep me safe. Guys. There. See some of the hiking trails down there. You can hear me over the wind. Very cool. I think the cold weather is draining my battery very quickly on this Osmo Pocket 3. Even though I have the handle on it, it's quite chilly. Hopefully it'll hold up. Oh, there's a side. Oh, I thought that I was going to be able to take that little trail there, but it's closed off. see this kind of stonework I was talking about earlier. But really, the buildings are what I like. These are cool, but that Hermit's Rest was big wood beams and big boulders and fireplace inside. That's not really working, but still pretty cool. Trying to breathe on this handle so it'll get a little warmer. Cupping it in both hands. Yeah, so ecologically sensitive area over here is why that's fenced off. But also, I suspect, keeping foolish folks from getting too close. Although, honestly, we're going to be really close up here, so probably not a valid reason there. My hypothesis is invalid. If you see what I mean, we're pretty close right here too. Oh, look at that. Oh, let's look at this real quick. That's a long way down. Despite the cold and the overcast weather, I am pretty glad we picked this time of year to come. It's not having to fight the crowds is well worth the chillier environment, in my opinion. And we're lucky that we can come in the off season. Of course, a lot of people can't. And I don't know if you can barely see the lodge on that far rim over there. That's kind of where we're headed. But we're also going to look down in here because wow. And again, the river is in that little black dark bit down in there. We can't even see the river from here. There are places where you can look down and see glimpses of the river. And we've, my son and I have seen a couple spots. The park became a park. The South Rim became a park. Oh my gosh! In 1908, and then the North Rim was added to the park. It was a wilderness area or a national forest or monument, I think, national monument. Much later, so I think the Angel Trail leads down from that area, and I don't know if you can see it, but down. Maybe right about there. There's a little hut. I think that's part of the Angel Trail that leads down. You can do a 21-mile hike down into the canyon and up the other side. There's a bridge down there to get across the river. And I think that's the Angel Trail. But it's 4,000 something down and 5,000 up. And if you try and do it in the summer, it is hot. From what I understand. You can also take mule rides, I believe from out by Hermit's Rest, and also from the North Rim. I know I'm trying to keep walking, but it's hard not to just want to share every single one of these views. Hear a raven calling as well. There's quite a few of them here. Call this area home anyway. Here's a good view. And so that little scar going up into the distance, I think that's where the Angel Trail leads up and out of the canyon, but I'm not sure. Of course, if you want to come back without doing a 4.5 hour shuttle each way, then you got to come back up the steep part on this side. Hi there. You see there's a raven over here. Look at him. Very cool. Okay, we're gonna go out on another little lookout over here. Again, within the guardrails. I'm not taking any undue risks. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh, I love coming out here, seeing this. I love filming it for you. Hope you enjoy it as well. Oh my gosh. And then I think over that way, I'm not sure if I can see it from here, but there's a Yavapai lookout that we can go out on this little bit too. Has a little geology museum. Look, oh, you can see the Angel Trail over there. Looks really icy and snowy right now. Kind of cutting down. Hopefully you can see it. And of course, this bit. Oh, such a cool place. It's interesting. There's your rim trail. Hi there.
Hi.
Good, thanks. Pan left here. It's a little outcropping we went out on. Have to want, you see a couple slabs that have broken off and are quite close to the edge. I kind of wonder how often something like that tumbles down. Pardon me. I have to remember not to leave out some of these cool plants. Looks like juniper berries, some sort of juniper. Cold is getting to my ability to pronunciate. Hi there. Morning. Look at this little guy. A little worse for wear. You can see a lot of these. I'm going to swing over here. So this is some sort of pine. I'm not sure, maybe pinyon, maybe white bark. And then you've got this other one, and you can tell the difference. That's sort of flaky. I think that's a juniper of some sort. You can see the berries. I'm seeing a lot of these right next to each other. It's kind of neat. In Saguaro, we watched this little video, and it talked about nursery trees. And apparently the saguaros like to grow underneath a tree, like typically a mesquite tree, I think. That's what's down there in Palo Verde. And what happens is it gives it shade and protects it from wind and really brutal sun. And if it gets cold, it stays a little bit warmer under there. And it's enough so that it can still photosynthesize, but it gets some protection. And then eventually, once it gets mature enough, it peeks out above the tree. So there's a couple lodges up over here. There's a couple, but the one that I am most interested in is El Tovar. Hopefully everything will last. Battery wise here, let's pop out here. This will be one of our longer walks, I think, which is great. Here's that trail again. It goes out to that point, and I don't know if that's just a lookout or if it continues on down. Right up there. Down from there, or how that works, but it's magnificent. There's another little lookout down here. You can see somebody maybe peeking over the edge. I'm not going to go down there either. Just in the interest of time. Hi there. See folks going down. This is Bright Angel Trail, maybe. I don't think that's the beginning of the trail. You can see the overlook down there. Let me see here. This is Trail View Overlook. At least that's the shuttle stop. See the forest stretching out. I might have made an incorrect statement about where the mule trips go. See an arch, and I remember seeing that in a little video from where about the mule trips. Hello. Hello. Steep set of steps there. Well, my battery is reviving. I'm using my gloved hand to cradle the maybe insulate a little bit, so it's actually going back up. So I think we're going to be all right on battery. Probably on car space. And what else? I guess that's about it, really. Google Maps said this section of walk would take about 50 minutes. And it's probably true, but I've been stopping to, stopping to do things like this. Show you that trail and those crazy switchbacks. Oh, whoa. Very cool. Which of course adds several minutes to our time. There's another little steep section. Glad to be going in this direction. Hello. Oh, there's some people hiking down on the Angel Trail. Cool. You get a sense of scale down there, kind of about there. Boop. I'm hearing a train horn in the distance, and I'm wondering, I don't think they run a train here in the winter, but there is a train station here that I had no idea about it, which surprises me. This little crevice here. So maybe we'll get to see a train coming, but it sounds like a what do you call it? Freight train. That's what I'm looking for. So I think it runs in the summer. That's one of those things I was surprised to even know it was here. Hence the co-discoverer part. But wow, what a great way to arrive here. And then they've got a system of shuttle buses that runs to get you around. No, maybe you can bring a bike on that. I would think you can't bike on these trails. Let me restate that. Some of the trails you can bike on, some sections, and some sections you cannot. But you can certainly bike on the road. And I would think an e-bike would be a great way of getting around. You know, you're not going to run into the same level of traffic. You're going to get a nice quiet way of viewing things, and just all that. I'm also a big proponent of e-bikes, so that might be coloring my opinion. In fact, here's a shuttle bus up here we'll get to take a look at. And I guess there's like 3 or 4 routes, maybe, that these things travel. That's the blue route. So I'm going to spin you to the right here. Some information on some worship services and sites, which on Sundays, which I think would be really interesting. Nightly at 7 and then Sunday and 2 times. So I'm not particularly religious myself, so not really there for that, but I think it would be pretty cool for those who are. Here's a shuttle stop. It's got that post and beam style architecture. And you can see here the gates for when they do, what am I trying to say? For when they shut the Hermit Rest Road down in the summer. So only buses are allowed back in there. Sounds like that train's coming. I'm excited to see it. Bright Angel Trailhead. There's another trail called Tonto Trail that goes kind of the midway section, mid-level down. You can see someone starting down the trail, maybe just a little bit there. Oh, there's my son. He's going down too. Good for him. I'm going to walk you through the cabins here just because, well, I want to see that train get here too. Well, partially because it's just kind of cool. So you can stay in these cabins if you're lucky enough to get a reservation. And then there's also a lodge up here. Not El Tovar, but it's another one. And I can't remember what it's called, but we'll find out.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Trains are coming. Look at these old cabins. I don't know if, looks like these are numbered, so I assume you can rent them. Kind of want to go back in there and check that out, but I also want to see this train. This is the Bright Angel Lodge. And I kind of want to just go in and see this train arrive. You can kind of see it passing around over there. And I would have thought it would come up. There's a mule pens too. I was thinking it was going to come up over here. But maybe it... Well... You can smell the mule pens too. It's got that sweet barn smell. I believe that other building's a power station or substation. I wonder if they're going to back in. Well, we'll go tuck into Bright Angel Lodge real quick. Maybe they'll arrive by the time we come back out. I think we have time for this. It'll be a long walk, but that's okay. Hopefully it won't fog up as we go inside. Hi there. Restaurants, cafes, gift shop, and then out this way. Is this door open? Yeah. And the view, we'll just peek over the edge real quick and then we'll go try and find the train again. And then there's a lookout studio over here. I forgot about that. And I don't know the story of that. I assume it was a painting studio or some sort of studio at one point. But look, we still can't see the river from here. Amazing stuff. Oh, there's a little raven down in there. All right. Let's go find the train. Oh, I love the wood smoke smell here. They had a fire earlier. We're fogging up a little. Well, there's an engine arriving, but not the train cars. Well, we'll go take a look anyway. Oh, it's the trail end of the locomotive. So but don't worry, the train stops up there at dead end, so we definitely will see the actual train. Guess we're gonna walk on this side. Thunderbird Lodge over here is a more modern version, maybe the 70s or 80s. I assume there are federal laws about signaling like that. I know there are in Livingston, but sure would be nicer if it wasn't. Again, kind of selfish view of myself, but anyway, there it is. All right. Let's go take a look at this train, then we'll go see Tovar Lodge. Awesome passenger cars. There's a what do you call that, a viewing car? 2 viewing cars, I think. We got this building over here, this kind of neat old rock building with blue trim. I like that look. And then this over here is El Tovar Lodge. That's the one I want to check out. See people offloading from the train. I think that would be a really cool way to arrive here. Get out, walk up to the lodge up here, get around by either bike or by tour bus, or shuttle bus, sorry. You can see the railroad dead ends there. Got a crossing guard. Alright, I'm going to huff and puff up these stairs, so I apologize in advance. I just realized that I never turned on the wireless mic. So the sound on this will probably have been pretty bad. Oh well.
So you could, if I remember correctly,
So there's the wireless mic, that's a big difference. I think that's called the Hopi House over there. And we'll go in and take a look. Love this porch. Isn't that great? Oh, look at this. Oh, and there's a fire going in the corner. I'm going to take the filter off. Might jig a little bit. Should help. There. Isn't this cool? I'm just going to poke my head into the dining room. Hi there. I'm just peeking in. Look at that.
You're making a video, that's all that matters.
What's that?
You're making a video and that's all that matters.
Thanks. What a classy place. Oh, that wood smoke, it smells different. There's a different type of wood being burned or something. It smells nice. What a classic old building. I love it. Go over here to the left. This is the cocktail lounge. I want to intrude on people's meals. Sorry for that quick glance. And I'm going to put this filter back on before we go out. There we go. It's warm in there. Okay, so the Hopi House is a Native American arts and crafts as well as Navajo rugs center. I don't know if it's a museum or a vending point. Well, very cool building. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on this walk. I seriously apologize for the microphone issue. Hopefully I can rescue some of the audio. We'll have to see. It might sound a little funny. But in any case, come on back and see us again soon. We're going to head up to Arches, and I don't know if I'll be able to film up there or not. I hope so. Until then, or until later, keep on stepping.